my score from last April, I believe, was a 143, so it's very low. And then my goal score is 165 and above. Um, and I'm taking it in November. Is that what you
Cool.
asked?
Yeah, great, perfect, nailed it. Okay, so we're looking for approximately 20 points from your last LSAT, 143 up to 165 or so by November. We got a month and a half. Now, what would you say is the major weak area or point of struggle that you're facing right now?
Honestly, having doubt in myself of the correct answer. I feel like I often choose the correct answer, but last minute I change, like, I change it and it ends up being wrong. So I feel like that self-doubt that I have in myself, I need to learn to not do that. Um, but I feel like that's like my main struggle right now because like I said, I've been doing like classes and the study plan with you for almost 2 weeks, and I feel like I get more. I get them right, but then I ultimately get them wrong because I last minute change my answer, and then but I understand like why I got it wrong and why the correct answer is correct. So I feel like because of your classes, I've been able to figure that out because before I feel like I was going in blind. I didn't know exactly like what to do, how to do it. And so the classes have helped a lot in improving that. But I would say that that's like my weakest thing because like I said, before I would only get maybe like 2, 3 right, and now I'm getting like 5, 6. So that helps. And I say 5, 6 because on my study plan I do 10 questions. So out of 10, it's more like 5, 6, maybe sometimes 4. But like I said, because I've been struggling with that self doubt. Um, but yeah, so in here I
Well,
get 6,
congrats.
but on paper it's not 6. But yeah, thank you. I'm actually feeling really great. This is like the first time in my LSAT journey that I've been feeling a little bit better. So thank you for having this program. I'm sure a lot of people appreciate it too.
Awesome. I'm glad it's all helping. Congrats on your success. I mean, going from 2 to 3 to 5 to 6, that's like a double or a triple in terms of
Yeah.
your accuracy leveling up. So you're on the path.
Yeah.
Maybe we just got to maintain and continue, keep that momentum going, right? I mean, you've been joining the live classes, you've been watching the videos, following the plan. We got to just build your confidence, right?
Yes, exactly.
As you
Yeah.
said, you're second guessing yourself.
Yeah, I feel like because I'm doing well in like the practice questions, I feel like it's motivating me to make sure that I kind of like because I'm getting them right without the self-doubt, I need to continue with that, like you said, with that confidence in order to
Mhm.
get even higher score on those little 10
Exactly.
questions. Yeah.
Have you been doing time to work? Any
I
timed
haven't.
sections?
Not
Okay.
yet, but I do have a practice test scheduled for this weekend. So kind of see where I'm at with my score. I'll probably start trying to do the questions timed to see like my accuracy and see where I can improve.
Good. Yeah, I think that adding some time to work into the mix with another practice test with some more sections, that will ideally help build your confidence because you'll get exposure to the questions in the actual test day format, right? So, because I mean, if you're only drilling, but you're not doing time to work, you're seeing the questions on an individual level, but they're out of context. And we've got to give you the belief that you can hit the 160s and 165 by giving you exposure to that process in bits and pieces. A lot of
Yeah,
folks will avoid doing time to work because they're afraid of seeing that timing ticker clock going down, the countdown timer, right? But we got to introduce it gradually. Like maybe you'll take a test just to get a measure of where you are today because it's been a while. You said April, and we're now
yeah.
in September, so it's been 5 months. So
No,
let's
I'm
see.
talking about last April. So
Last April, a year and a half.
yeah, it,
Okay. Yeah, it's been a long time.
yeah. So it's been way longer.
Well, I mean, I suspect that you're better than you were before. I mean, you've had a
Mhm.
long time to study since then. You joined the programs recently, and so you're making some momentum as we saw these gains in accuracy that you're having. So you're probably in a much better place, and maybe we just need that data point for confirmation.
Yeah, exactly. I no, I'm telling you that I do feel a lot better than previous because I worked with one previous tutor and I feel like I I wasn't understanding, I wasn't getting anywhere. So now having like the classes and also the study plan, which is also kind of like the classes, it's very helpful because you get insight from not only the coach but also from other students in my same boat. So I feel like that concept is just really helpful in trying to understand the LSAT in your like my own way in order to be successful.
Good. Well, I'm glad it's all helping. My biggest thought for you is first, like, let's take that practice test. Let's see where you're at. Then we can adjust your study plan to account for the results of that, because that's going to reveal in a more comprehensive, accurate way of what you truly need to work on, because it's going to give us a picture not only of your accuracy, but also paint a picture of the accuracy, not in a drilling context, but in a timed context.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also then we'll be able to give you more advice on pacing, right? So for example, how you're allocating time over the course of this section. And we could have another conversation in a week or two, but my first thought for you is what students often run into when we introduce timed sections is that when you're struggling with confidence, it's because you're second guessing yourself on the easier ones.
Yeah.
And what I'm going to recommend to you going in to this timed exam, you said you're taking it this weekend.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I would think the logical reasoning questions are in a general order of difficulty, meaning they get tougher as the section goes on. And so what you want to do is trust your gut on those easier ones. The first 10 or so, as a general rule, if you want 165 or above, you want to solve them in roughly 10 to 12 minutes. You're then
Okay.
building up a time bank that you can then apply to the tougher questions later in the section that truly need that time. And
Okay.
so I want to encourage you to believe in yourself, especially on the easier ones. Go with your gut. People will say to themselves, I don't think it could really be that easy. Yes, it can. It can be that.
Yeah.
It can be that easy.
Yeah, that's what I struggle with. There's no way. Like it was like we did one yesterday in class and right away chose it was answer choice A, the correct answer. And right away I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right." And before even going through all the other answer choices, but I still went through the other ones and I was like, "Oh yeah, like none of them make sense." Like answer choice A is pretty solid. And even then I was like, there's no way it's always that easy. So I mean, I know it's not always easy, but there's the ones that are easy and you're like, yeah, okay, that's correct. But yeah, definitely something that I still struggle with.
Okay. Yeah. So go with your gut. Trust yourself on those, and then we'll be at it able to. The other thing I'll say is, just as we want you to be confident on the easy ones, we also want you to be strategic on the tougher ones. So
Mhm.
when you get later in this section, say questions 15 through 22, 15 through 23 or so, that's the hard band in logical reasoning. Flag, skip, come back later for maybe a couple of them, like three or
Okay.
four. Feel that it's okay. Allow yourself to flag or skip 3 or 4 in that band so that you don't get bogged down or stuck.
Okay.
Because every question's worth the same, but some are harder than others. So don't get stuck into the quicksand of the hard ones when you can always come back to them later. Keep the momentum going.
Okay. Yes. Sounds great. Yeah, I feel very motivated to get this done. Honestly, I'm very grateful to have found your program. Truly.
No, I'm glad to have you in it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to take this practice test. And so, are you going to take them on a regular basis, like once a week? Do you think?
I think starting this week, yeah, yeah, it looks like I'm taking one every Sunday until my test day. Yeah, and yeah, every day until my test day, which I plan to take it on Saturday just because I work full time. So Saturday is the best day for me to take it. But yeah, so I should be taking one every week until then.
Amazing. Perfect. Good. So you'll take one a week. You'll review it as well, right?
Yes.
And you'll keep joining the live sessions in the evenings.
Mm-hmm.
And what
Yes.
about your review process? Are you going to carve out time for review?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of review when I'm doing them. It takes me a little bit longer, but I review as to why this is wrong and why this is right. And kind of just connect it to the argument stimulus. But um yeah, it's not like a very thorough one, which is probably on my fault. But Yeah, I think after taking the first practice test, I think I'm gonna start doing a more thorough one, but I kind of just do it right then and there, trying to understand why it's right, why we like it, and why the others may have worked, but why they didn't work. That's kind of what I'm getting from the classes too. Kind of going through that a little bit quicker than kind of sitting there and like marinating in it. But yeah, I would say probably get a little bit more thorough, especially when I'm reviewing the practice test.
Yeah, let's definitely make that more thorough. That's a big opportunity for you
Yeah.
to you take this practice test, you review it at some point not too long after having taken it. So if you're taking it on Sunday, I know you're working Monday, but maybe Monday evening or Monday during lunch, you carve out some time to do a bit of review. Maybe that spills over into Tuesday as well. Did you catch the when we had Max on a little bit earlier? He's one of the coaches in the program.
No, I'm sorry. I haven't
No,
been
it's
able
all good.
to join. Yeah.
No,
Like
just
I said, I'm
just
working.
it's
I haven't
you're
been
working
able
right now.
to
Yeah.
join.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
watching this. Don't worry, they don't care about the LSAT.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe a little bit later. Go back. This is on YouTube, and so you can just scroll a little bit earlier in the live, and you'll be able to catch the segment with Max. We talked a lot about review and how
Okay.
to go about it, and so you can catch that. And of course, you're in the program, so we have a lot of lessons inside the program where we're walking through it with examples as well. And so if you
Okay.
email the team, they'll send you some links to the course videos covering review where I walked through Socratic review for both logical reasoning and reading comp with examples.
Okay.
And that could also inform how you do it. And then we'll cover it live in class for you as well. If there's certain questions you want to cover, like certain specific LSAT practice problems, you just email it to us and we'll cover those live with review.
Okay. Awesome. Sounds great then. Thank you so much, Steve. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, my pleasure. Anything else comes up, just let me know.
Okay. Sounds great.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one. Sure.
Yes.
Bye.